to Woolies and brought a xylophone.
I went to Woolies and bought a yellow banana.
I went to Woolies and bought some zebra striped hot pants.
There's our alphabet done.
So there you go. In the icebreaker, everyone's had a laugh. Everyone's got to know maybe the clown of the group, the loud laugher of the group, and we all just feel that little bit more at ease to get on with what we have to do. So in the next 10 minutes, we're just going to talk about some signs of distress that you might see in your service or early childhood centre or family daycare when mum and or dad or carer and child is coming in. So I've written some down there for you to have a look at, but we might just do again another little brainstorm. And up here I'm going to put children, and then down here I'm going to put parents, because as you all probably, you may not be aware that not only do the children have a lot of distress, but the parents often get quite distressed too. So one that I often see is mum brings in little Joey and he's never been anywhere else apart from her. She's got to go back to work. She has no choice. So she comes in, and when she's leaving, she's physically crying. Physically crying. This is a hard one because they often just want to walk straight out. They don't want you to see them crying. But it's really important that we follow up on this and ring them through the day and reassure them that little Joey's doing okay, and also make sure that their day's not being too distressing wherever they are as well. So can anyone think, it might be easy to start with the children, what sort of signs, other than some of the ones that you see on the page, might you see in children, or what are some of the ones that you can think of that come straight to mind? Anyone?
Being scared of the childcare worker.
Yep, so being scared of educator. And why are they scared of the educator?
Because they're a new person.
Because they're a new person. They're a stranger. They're a stranger. And what do our mums and dads teach us when we're young?
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. Don't go near new people. So how can we tell that the children are scared of the educator?
They don't want to interact with the educator.
No interaction. One we get the most is they might be coming in and they're
Stiff as a board.
stiff and head down.
Clinging on to their parents.
No eye interaction. Yep, clinging on to parents. And you find that they're like right behind their legs, so like hiding, clinging and hiding behind the parent. What's another one? They definitely don't come in and
Talk.
they're not talkative. They're silent. Non-talkative. Obvious one is crying, but often or not I find that it's only when they're leaving that they might start crying. Some do come in the doors and they're kicking and screaming and crying already, but often or not it's just when those parents finally separate that they're crying. Just out of interest, does anybody know when the worst separation anxiety happens in a child? At what age in their life? Nobody?
Probably
1 to 2.
No? Separation anxiety
5 years old when they go to kindergarten.
the worst between 14 and 18 months. So it's a good indication when you have a parent ringing up saying that they're going to enrol their son or daughter and they're 16 months, 17 months, 1.5 years old, that more than likely this child's going to take a lot longer to settle down than what a 4-month is. And I don't know why it's not out there more that you know, if you're planning to go back to work or wanting to put your child into daycare either before this age, before they turn 1, or after this age, but not right in between. So even encouraging them, if they're planning to go to work, even when they're 2, even, you know, trying to encourage them to put their child into daycare just 1 day a week or half a day a week, just so that they're getting familiarised with those people before this really bad separation anxiety occurs between 14 and 18 months. And it's much worse to see a child at that age upset for a longer period of time, distressing for the parent and the child, than it is to, say, see a 4 or 5-year-old upset. And it seems to last a lot longer. So what are some of the distress signs we might see in the parents?
Anxiety, agitation and nervousness.
Agitation. Nervousness.
They
So
might-
they might come in and they might be playing with their fingers or running their hands through their hair a lot. Hesitant, so they might seem a bit standoffish. Right on the wall. Stand off.
They might hover around for a while, not wanting to leave.
Yeah. They might hover around. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, whether that's actually a hindrance or whether it's like an advantage to the child.
They're tense.
They're tense. So they might be a little stiff as well. Stiff, raised shoulders. Anything else? Around, hesitant, crying. And the other obvious thing is that they might ring constantly. And you might think that ringing 50 times a day is annoying to you, that you have to leave the floor for your children to take that phone call. But in the back of your mind, you just have to remember that that's your child you have. And in those first few weeks when they're dropping them off to a complete stranger, especially if they've never been to Nan or Pop or don't have parents around, that's a big thing for them to do. So it's really important that no matter how annoying it might seem to you, that's their child and you're there to provide them a service. Alrighty, so we'll move on to the next bit, which is a little role play. So, who would like to volunteer? Adam?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Or Evelyn?
Yes, you would.
Okay, righto.
Okay. So you just have to stand there. I'm going to pretend that you're the child coming in and we're just going to have a look at the difference in maybe what we should be doing or we shouldn't. So you're Ella and you're a little 4-year-old girl who's just started. You come in and you're hiding behind Mum, so I know you're short, but maybe bend down a little bit. Bend down so I can show you some examples. So I'm the early educator. This is little Ella. She's come in. She's really upset. She's crying. She doesn't want to stay here. She wants to go home with her mummy. And I come along and I'm the educator and I'm like, hey, going? Doesn't want to talk to me. Let's go. Come on, let's go and play. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. exactly. So do you think that that's some of the ways that we might talk to?
That is a no.
That is a no. That is a definite no. So what do you think is the very first thing that I should do to Ella?
You get down to Ella's level.
Very good, Adam. I didn't think anybody would get that, but you have got it first off the bat. So the very first thing that we have to do, and we often forget as adults, is that the children are down here and we're up here. So when they are looking up at us, lots of times they think, especially if we're a male educator, and that's not being gender biased, but if you're a little kid and you're looking at a big male educator, you're a big scary giant to them. So getting down to their level, hello Ella, like this is much more warming than someone just saying, standing over the top, and as she's looking at me thinking, who is this strange person staring up at me? So I've come over and I've said, hello Ella, how are you today? What's one of the next things? Calling them by their name is also very important because that's showing them that you already know them. So they're like, oh, this, instead of saying, hello little girl, they know that you obviously know who they are. They're not a stranger to you. You're still a stranger to them. So what do you think you might say next so that you're not a stranger to them? Big hint here.
Your name.
My name. So I come up to little Ella. Hello Ella, how are you? My name's Heather. Have you come to have a play with us today? What's something else that you could say to little Ella who's standing there not wanting to come in and have a play?
Do you want food?
Would you like to be my special helper for a job?
That's a great one. Would you like to be my special helper for a job? Favourite colours? What, do you have a pet at home? What did you bring to preschool with you today? I love Dora on your shirt. That's gorgeous. Your shirt's pink. I love pink. Do you like the colour pink? It's really a lot of common sense rather than, just, come on, let's go have a play. Come on, you'll be fine. Let's go. Wave goodbye to mum and let's go, which a lot of educators still do in the service. So it's really about the child, getting down to the child. Mum's still here and it's really still important to talk to mum and reassure her. But if you've got a good service with enough staff, you can often or not have one educator talking to the parents, showing them where the bag goes well. That one, and it's really about consistency, so you can get up and go and sit back down. So it's really making sure that a staff member that's there in the morning is going to be teaching that child in the day. So if you've got 2 rooms, a baby and a preschool room, it's really better if you have a teacher from each room that's on that morning shift greeting all the children, because if you have 2 educators from the baby's room and then you have all these new arrivals coming in, they get used to that one person, then all of a sudden they've got to transition again down to back to the preschool room with complete strangers again, and the whole cycle's got to start again. So that's another really important thing when you're approaching the child and the parent. So what do you think some of the things you could say to the parents are? Make sure you ring through the day. They'll be okay. Just reassuring them. Ask them their interests. So it's really good with distress to ensure that you've got them to fill out a survey on what their favourite colours are, what their favourite foods are, because there'd be nothing worse than being a parent and sitting at work and thinking, oh, what if they try to feed him Vegemite? Oh, he doesn't like Vegemite. Oh my goodness, should I ring? And then you get the parent ringing saying, oh, they don't like Vegemite, so don't give them Vegemite. So it's really good if you